Hello and welcome to QuestLore, a family Lorcana podcast where each and every week we come and talk to you about all things Lorcana. I'm Matt.
I'm Malcolm.
I'm Emmett.
And I'm Jen.
Okay, cool, right off the bat. All right, so let's start off talking about, like we do every week, our weekly play and our weekly sicknesses. So, this week we had our set champs at
champs.
Now,
Yeah.
everything needs
everything's just spoken word slam.
All right, so
poetry
we had
from
set
Emmett.
champs at our home store, where we always have leagues. So let's start with Emmett. How did you do?
Not good. I went 1-4.
No, you went 2 and 3 because you had a bye.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't.
No, he didn't have a bye.
I went 2 and 3.
Oh, you went. Oh, that's right. So
I
Emmett went
went
1 and
4.
4, and Malcolm, you went 2 and 3. Okay. Anything that worked well? Anything that didn't work well?
Oh no, I didn't draw 1-drops.
Me too.
No, I did draw good 1-drops.
I only draw a daisy for I only draw like 3 1-drops. Like 2 games.
And it was like a lot of Steel Song.
A lot of Steel
A lot
Song.
of Steel Song, a lot of mid-range Steel stuff. So aggro decks were not going to have a great day. Like a lot more Steel Song than I thought. I think it was 6 decks maybe on Steel
I think
Song.
so.
2 of which were us.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Jen, how'd you do?
I went 3 and 2. I should if everything had gone the way it should have, I should have been 4 and 1. But in one match that I was the favor of because of the decks, I didn't draw a single 1 or 2 drop until my second Whole New World. So.
That make things rough.
Yeah, so I just, ended up not going so great. So I ended up going 3 and 2, and I bubbled out. So, Matt, how did you do?
Well, I won the whole darn thing.
Yes, he did.
So I had a pretty good day.
Pretty good day.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Uh-oh, Emmett's going to go get the mat, I think.
I won my first 2 games. I believe it was up against Red Steel. There was someone there that was talking like the whole time that it was a favorable matchup for them. I don't believe that it is. Because you can usually blast a lot of their stuff out, and they're relying on that Mushu, and Mushu dies really easy on curve to Zeus.
Yep.
And then I beat the Mirror. But then I lost to Chernadogs. And I lost to them, but then beat up on Mufasa player like really bad. Like it wasn't even close. And then after that, he's looking for my championship mat. He has no idea where it is.
Yeah, it's not in the bag, Emmett.
Yeah.
It might be on his desk.
No, it's not on the desk either.
Where
I
is
know
it?
exactly where it is. It's like in my eyesight, like right now.
I see it.
So now they're racing to it and causing a bigger mess.
Spider-Man's playing the
Always.
piano.
Scratch me.
Well, sorry.
That's it, you.
They're running around to find it. Now they're displaying the championship mat. So
Yeah.
I beat up on the Mufasa player, and then that was enough to get me to 3-1. I was able to intentionally draw into the top 8, where I was like number 5 seed, which meant I was on the draw all 3 games in the top 8. So I was able to beat up Blurple, which the person that was on Blurple had dodged Steel Song miraculously the entire day.
Yeah, because
Against 6 Steel Song decks, we were all like near the top tables because 4 Steel Songs made it into the top 8. And he was somehow dodged us all the entire day until he got against me, in which he lost. And then I was able to get my revenge on the Turnadog player I lost to in Swiss. And then I had to play against the Mirror, and I was able to win against them.
2-0
2-0.
on the draw.
I definitely had a lot of luck on my side with card draws, but I felt like I was playing some really good Lorcana that day. I was making the right choices. I was thinking the right things. I feel like I could see the like questioning in my opponent's eyes, especially during the Mirror when I was like inking my 1-drops on turn 1 and turn 2 instead of playing anything. I would just ink them away, never to be seen again, and just leave my board empty because they had the Cindy out, right?
No, like there's no, and I that is something I learned this weekend. Like I'm never patient enough to do that. In my second game this weekend, I'm like, you know what? If I'm on the draw and it's because actually the person that I lost to in my second game was who you beat in the championships. And that was something I learned playing him, is that when he brings out the Cindy, like, there's no point in me putting a Robin Hood out because he's just going to kill it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just no point. You may as well just wait. Like, the only hope is, like, if you have 3 1-drops and then you play 2 of them on turn 2, like, there's a chance that one of them will survive.
There's a decent chance. I mean, if they put down a Cindy and a Troubadour, it might not be a great idea too. But or Cindy and Ursula Vanessa, it might not still be a great idea too. But odds are usually you put 2 1-drops on turn 2 and they survive.
Yeah.
If they don't, you don't feel terrible because then they used up 2 of their removal songs to remove your 2 1-drops. So,
exactly.
So
that is something that I learned because something I've learned watching now so many other people play Steel Song, because I feel like it's now super in vogue. It's like it's definitely like a big part of the meta right now, and it hasn't really been in a long time. Like, I've probably been the only one playing Steel Song at our home store for a while. Mm-hmm. And so watching other people play, watching people, like really good people online play, watching Matt play. One of the things that we need to teach the boys a little bit more too with play is patience at the beginning of the game.
Good with patience.
No.
You are.
No. You don't always have to quest just because your character's out.
I know. Do you?
So I think that would be something
You don't always have to play just because you can.
And I think that's something we'll dig into once we get to Jafar and the new set with our kids, is kind of, I need to sit with them and kind of go watch them play and play with them a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Usually a lot of times when we're playing, we're all playing, so I can't go and watch them and coach them because their games usually last 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like in a grindy duel fest that lasts the entire time.
Me too.
Because I'm sitting there actually making like full decisions and stuff like that. But I had some really fun games that were fun for me, I guess I should say, like getting to throw down an extra 4 characters in one turn so that I can Strength of a Raging Fire, the Cindy that they just played, felt really good.
Oh man, that was nasty.
It was like so backbreaking for them, man.
So nasty.
I felt a little bad doing it, but not really.
Not really. It's Big Cindy. You don't feel bad for getting rid of that.
Yeah, it was.
Does somebody playing Hades feel bad for getting rid of Cindy? Absolutely not. So.
It's strange just how sometimes things work out. I had thrown in the 1 copy of Grab Your Swords, where I wasn't like, I'm not sure about this, but I'm like, well, it might come in handy against some aggro players. And I played it 3 times this weekend, and 3 times did that card win me the game.
It won me the game twice.
Yeah,
so like.
I think there was one point where someone kept putting down like 2 2s and 1 2s. I think it was against the other Steel Song player. They kept putting those cards down. I had the Grab Your Swords in my hand, and every time they put another one down, I'm like, oh, baby. This is going to be so good. So it even worked against Blurple one time because he just happened to have the perfect board for me to be able to sing Grab Your Swords and remove 3 of their characters, including like a Hades, a Belle, and a Elsa. Like, just wipe them out with 1 song. It felt really good. So I had a good day, and then I even got to open up a Always Found Enchanted card.
Yep, in his prize packs.
Yep.
It was awesome.
So it was all good.
Can I show it to the camera?
No, it's over there somewhere. No, I said no. You missed the no part.
Can I show it at the end?
No. They can
look
look
it
up
up
online and they can see what it looks like. So, it was nice to win at our home store. It was the first time someone from kind of that store won it at that store fully. So it was awesome to do. Awesome to be able to be the one to pull that off. And hopefully I'll be able to do it next time when we get to the Reign of Jafar.
The Reign of Jafar.
Nice. Not bad. Only a couple more weeks to perfect, though, before we get to release.
You forgot to do the round. Ready, Malcolm? Let's do it. The reign of Jafar.
We sing May comes out in June.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Welcome to QuestLore, your weekly musical tagline podcast. Anyways, Reign of Jafar coming out in just 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So you've only got 2 more weekends to get that set champ down from Arcasia's Island and get that hero into your collection. So good luck for all those playing in set champs. Advice, make sure you play a deck that you know, because by the end, I was getting loopy. I know I made mistakes during the last of those couple of games, but they were making mistakes too. So make sure you basically play a deck that you can play on autopilot so that when you are getting loopy, the decisions aren't as hard to make because you know what they are to make.
And have a spouse there that's going to make you eat.
And also,
This one wouldn't listen to me and
you
wouldn't
should
eat.
definitely
well.
play an Amber Sapphire deck. So you can play
No one will
Pilot.
see it coming.
So you can play Pilot, Piglet, and Oswald at the same time.
So there is
No one
an
will be
Amber
expecting.
Sapphire deck that people are starting to put together for this next set, though, kind of based on at least one card, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
No, not
Pirate Piglet might not be coming.
Pilot Piglet might not be reprinted.
So, but at this point, when we're recording, they have released all of the cards for Reign of Jafar. They've still got a few enchanteds to show, but all the regular cards have been shown. So you can go and check them out. I think they're on the Disney app, the Disney Lorcana app already, so you can see them all there. There is a Lorecast earlier on Thursday, the day that we record, where they basically played through the entire Palace Heist game. So if you want to see how that's played, what that contains, you can go and watch that on their Twitch channel. Other than that, not like a ton of news to talk about. They have talked about how they're working on plans for Gen Con, because that is the 2nd anniversary of Lorcana. They consider Gen Con to be their birthday. So that'll be their 2nd birthday. We'll be there.
And we will be at Gen Con, so if you're there and you see
Well,
us,
the Gen Con family.
no.
Sure.
But we might have some stickers to pass out and, things like that. Feel free to
Hopefully
stop
not.
by and
We'll
say hey if you
forget, but
recognize
yeah.
us.
Yep. So we're going to go through some of the cards and stuff. And that's the plan today. So let's get right to it. First off is not cards. So they did show the pins. So the first one is the Captain Hook, the Pirate King pin. It's an emerald steel one. Into the Unknown as a pin is Amethyst and Sapphire. And an Amethyst ink pin are all of your Lorcana promos that we're getting.
Okay, so are you doing the face on the Amethyst ink pin or the Into the Unknown?
For me, it's Into the Unknown, and that's Malcolm's favorite song. So I think that's the one he's looking at.
Yeah. So that means there is those song is coming up, and we're going to take a look at that pretty soon here to see what it
Imagine
looks
if
like.
it's a bad song.
Doesn't matter.
It's not. It's not. You actually could see some play. But again, it is
playing
Amethyst
Amethyst
Sapphire,
Sapphire.
right? It is a blurple card. So it's not a bad song. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad.
Elsa's the face of Blurple at this point.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Elsa and Bounce.
So let's get into the cards. We got some legendary stuff here. It's
Donald has a
Goofy,
partner.
Groundbreaking Chef. It's a 4-cost inkable amber card.
Why
Three-
isn't he a knight?
He's not wearing armor. 3 strength, 4 willpower, quests for 2. Special ability, plenty to go around. At the end of your turn, you remove up to 1 damage from each of your other characters. Ready each character to remove damage from this way. So
That's good.
very kind of similar to the Simba ability, but
Right. But this in combination with Aurora,
sure. Well, it's at the end of your turn, right? So Aurora, like, you can't do anything extra with Aurora because it's the end of your turn,
oh, I guess that's true.
right?
Okay.
Also, if you're wondering why I asked, why isn't this a knight? Because the Ruby Floodborn Donald, who is a chef, is a knight.
Yes, and he was wearing armor. This guy
Yes.
is not.
I like that.
No,
But
he
I like-
wasn't wearing armor.
But I like
Wearing
this. Shh.
Titans. as well.
So I like this because he's similar to Naveen, but instead of being a singer, he's got the removing damage. He's still quest for 2, but having that 4 defense
and being
is
inkable.
and being inkable. Like, those are 2 big things. Like, I can see this getting play for sure.
So, how did Goofy make the pancakes?
Poorly. I don't know.
And there's a syrup of Jafar's snake in the background.
And why is
Yeah.
there a hot dog?
What are you talking about?
I see a hot dog.
There's no hot dog.
There's no hot dog.
Okay.
What are you talking about? It's pancakes with syrup.
What about that?
That's syrup.
That looks like a hot dog to me.
All right, no hot dogs on this card. Let's look at our next one. It's Raya, Infiltration Expert, Emerald Legendary, 6 cost, inkable, 5 strength, 5 willpower, quest for 2. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 2 ink to ready another chosen character. So it's just ready them. They can do whatever they want. So you could make it so that you're requesting twice with something else.
Expensive, but inkable.
Yeah, inkable but
fine.
expensive. So it's okay.
And it's called 100.
Okay.
Congratulations. Up next, we got Tinkerbell, Insistent Fairy, Ruby, 2 cost, inkable card, 1 strength, 1 willpower, has evasive, quest for 1, special ability, pay attention. Whenever you play a character with 5 strength or more, you may exert them to gain 2 lore. Obvious first thought here is Maui. Right? You could bring Maui out, exert him, and gain 2 lore.
If she's ever going to be alive before you would out Bowie.
Sure. I mean, what you
She
could
is
do
evasive, but yeah.
is play them both at the same time. So for 7 ink, you can put down Tinkerbell, put down Maui, exert Maui, and get 2 lore. Same with a shark.
Yeah.
At 8 ink, you can put them down, exert them, gain 2 lore.
I don't.
You could buff up other characters that maybe you want to have exerted, so that you could make them be exerted. Like, I'm thinking if you pair this with purple, and you could buff up the legendary Jafar up one thing with like a Lumiere. You could bring him out, have him exert for 2 lore, and then you can draw cards to get more lore off of him, right? The Simba, is he just Amber? Yeah, he's just Amber. If you could get him 1 more lore or 1 more strength, then you could ready
But
him.
does that work since it has to be when you play it? Like with 5 strength or more? Like
Yeah, so if you have this out and then if you have like it's really crazy stuff. Like if you had like Lumiere out, right? It can buff up something. So any of the 4 strength guys, when they enter, would have 5 strength.
okay.
And then you could tap them to get 2 lore. There's that new Chief Bogo that has 5 strength, right? So there's a few things you could do it on. Maybe there's some ways to kind of cheat out, but again, with 1 strength, like it's going to die to everything.
Yeah.
Right, anything that does any damage. So in steel, against a steel deck, this becomes really hard to kind of pull off more than if you do it on the same turn, right? It's kind of what you have to do. Lilo, causing an uproar.
Another giant.
Yep. She's
Giant tiny child.
She's a ruby 5 cost inkable. So the thought behind the story behind this one is there is a card where Nani is like planning the heist that they're going to do against Jafar, and she's building like a sandcastle of Jafar's like palace. So this might just be a regular size Lilo destroying her carefully made plans.
Oh.
Yeah, but she looks giant, and that's cool. Anyways, she's a 4 strength, 4 willpower, quests for 2 abilities. First is Stompin' Time. During your turn, if you've played 3 or more actions this turn, you can play this character for free. Second ability, Roar. When you play this character, ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of this turn. So lots of there's a lot of text here, and there's a lot, you can play it for free. It seems to have a home in like the current red-blue shark deck.
Yeah.
They play a lot of actions. You could just use your actions to search for this card and then play it for free, right? And then you can ready your shark so it can attack a second time too.
And 4/4 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Even at 5 cost, 4/4 quest for
It's
2
all right.
it's all right, especially when she readies a chosen character.
Yeah.
So
This is probably one of the better ones that we have, legendaries that we have this time. I don't think the legendaries are particularly spectacular this time around, which is fine for me because it'll be easier to get.
Giant tiny child.
Yes, this is a giant.
Or
giant,
maybe
tiny
or maybe a normal sized tiny child.
There will always be a giant tiny child in my heart.
okay.
All right, let's keep going. All right, we got Stitch. He also comes with a legendary as well. It's Stitch.
You know.
Enchanted.
Enchanted.
So Stitch, a Sapphire Legendary Stitch Experiment 626, 3 cost, uninkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, quest for 2, 2 abilities. First is So Naughty.
A little bit naughty.
Right. When you play this character, each opponent puts the top card of their deck into their inkwell face down and exerted. So you're ramping your opponent every time you play. But Stealth Mode. At the start of your turn, if this card is in your discard, you may choose and discard a card with inkable symbol on it to play this character for free, and he enters play exerted.
So it's kind of like the
Zombie
Lilo
Lilo.
So it's
Kind of like Zombie Lilo, right?
Isn't there another Stitch card called Experiment 626?
No. There isn't.
I'm just going insane.
Sure. Anyways, it's kind of like Zombie Lilo, except you're discarding from your hand instead of playing ink. And then it ramps your opponent too. But it's a little bit more of a threat than Lilo because he's hitting for 3, right? If you try to run into him, you gotta have to deal 3 damage to get rid of him. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting card. I don't know if the benefit is worth the cost. Because it's not just playing him from hand, it's every time you play him. So if you're going to bring him back from the graveyard all the time, you're going to just keep ramping your opponent.
Yeah. For somebody like me, I'm like, okay. Give me free ink. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wait, why are there so many Stitches in the Enchanted?
I don't know, man. I didn't design
He
the
has a
card.
reflection.
Yeah,
Maybe it's reflections and mirrors.
could be. All right. Up next, we've got Radigan, Greedy Genius.
He's back again.
He's a Sapphire, 6 strength, 7 willpower, costs 8 and is inkable. Quests for 4, has ward. Special ability,
like
time
that.
runs out. At the end of your turn, if you didn't put any cards into your inkwell this turn, banish this character. So, big old guy, quest for a ton, has ward, but you just gotta make sure you're always inking, which usually isn't a problem for Sapphire.
No.
So, could be a good way to close out a game.
Yeah, especially with the ward.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Because you're
gross.
getting 4, and he's probably staying around unless you're doing a B prep at this point with him, right?
Yeah.
It's the only way really to get rid of him without
Yeah.
doing something really fancy with Tremaine or King Undisputed or something. So
The world's greatest criminal mind can take him out. 'Cause
No,
he
you
is the wor-
can't.
Oh, he's not warded.
Because you have to choose.
yeah, he's
He's
warded.
got
He
warded.
is the world's greatest criminal.
Yeah.
Yes, but it doesn't work on him.
The world's greatest.
Then we got Namari, a steel card. She's a single-minded rival. 0 strength, 5 willpower. Cost is 5 and is inkable. Quest for 2 abilities. Strategic Edge. When you play this character and at the start of your turn, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So a way to kind of filter your hand. And then Extreme Focus. This character gets +1 strength for each card in your discard.
Just could
Oh.
No, because it's steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this could be an interesting card that could,
Yeah.
like, you play it and you could take out those big beefy locations for 5 cost. The 5 willpower, it'll die to Zeus and a lot of other, a lot of things challenging into it, but odds are there's a good chance anything that challenges into it is going to get taken out because in a lot of steel decks, especially since you're doing this every time she quests, you're discarding cards, and your discard can get pretty full. So power possible up to 59 strength
But then
on
you
this
lose.
card. Yeah, but then you lose an extra. Yes, that's true. But it can hit for a ton. All right, Into the Unknown. A Blurple card, 3 cost inkable action song. You put chosen exerted character into their player's inkwell face
like
down
this.
and exerted.
I don't
So
like
it's another Blurple removal song. It's interesting. At first I thought, oh wow, this is great. But then if they're exerted, usually with Blurple, that means you can just take them out anyways. With
Sure.
Fox, with almost anything that you've already got on board, right? So it could have a spot.
But what if it's? I mean, if for end game, you're putting a Cindy in there, you're putting a big Ariel in there, you're putting a Maui in there.
Yeah.
Like.
But I mean, you already have Hades that can do that, and you have
Sure,
Let It Go.
but not for this cheap.
That's true. That's true.
So
So I think it's still a good card. It's not just amazing, but it is a good card and a good use of the song.
Yeah.
So you know where it's going. It's going into the inkwell. Not until now. No, you know right where it's going to be right there. Right. It's not
Into
some hidden
the
place.
unknown.
Into the unknown.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to head down in New Orleans. It wouldn't be a new Lorcana set if there weren't crazy Sapphire cards. So down in New Orleans is a 6-cost uninkable song. You look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a character, item, or location card with cost 6 or less and play it for free.
What?
Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order.
What?
So you play your shark, you have it sing it, and then it multiplies for free. So you have 2 sharks. Or it gets to live in a house called McDuck's Manor for free.
I don't like this at all. But it's expensive and uninkable, so.
Yes, it is expensive and uninkable, but you could play some pretty big cards for free, right? So
That is nasty.
yeah, it's a big song, but a big payoff. So
Lewis.
and it's a possibility of being really, really manipulative and feel broken, and of course that means it must be in Sapphire.
Of course.
Up next, we got Go-Go
Tamago.
Tamago.
Go,
Tamago.
Go-Go Tamago Cutting Edge. It's an Emerald Sapphire card, 4 ink, uninkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, quest for 2, shifts for 4, is evasive. You'll notice that the shift cost on this is the cost of the same as the actual cost of the character.
Yes.
Special ability is 0 resistance. When you play this character, if you use shift to play here, you will put chosen character into their player's inkwell face down and exerted. So it's kind of a removal if you're using shift.
I would just play this character instead. Oh, never mind, because it has an ability to push shift.
Yeah, the
That's
ability
the
only
point.
works if you shift her.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's not gonna do anything big though.
Then you've got
Ludwig von Drake.
Ludwig von Drake, all-around expert. It's an Amber Sapphire, 1 strength, 1 willpower, 2 cost uninkable, quest for 1, 2 abilities. First is Superior Mind. When you play this character, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a non-character card of your choice. So bare necessities on a character for the same
Yeah.
cost.
Interesting.
And other ability, Lasting Legacy. When this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exert.
That's a good card.
So it both ramps and does bare necessities.
Look at his
This is a
pull.
good card.
Look
This
at
is
his-
a really good. This
If
is.
it wasn't Amber Sapphire.
You know what though? In limited, this is a pull.
Is this the
100%. You get this in limited, you pull it.
Probably.
is this the card that
Like-
you were talking about?
Yes, I think this can you can build an Amber Sapphire deck.
Can I have an Amber
Around
Sapphire deck for later to fly?
You're trying to use
see.
Pirate Piglet Oswald.
Anyway,
That's not what you would-
I have
you
some.
probably
I
would
think
use Oswald.
I think there's some lore in this card. I think Ludwig von Drake is teaching the 3 of them since they don't know how to use double inking yet.
Are you saying Ludwig von Drake is Arcasia?
Wait, maybe.
No.
So I
Okay.
think.
Anyway.
Like Ludwig's probably related to like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So that means he's teaching them because
He's
Huey,
teaching
Dewey, and Louie
really in the trench coat.
because
told them.
In the
No, Huey,
Arcasia
Dewey, and
costume.
Louie told him to help them teach her because they're too dumb to figure it out.
Because look,
Sure.
on his chalkboard, it literally shows Sapphire plus Amber.
That's because he is a Sapphire and Amber card.
I know. That's the point.
Okay. Next card. We got Tiana. Natural talent. She's an Amber, 4 cost uninkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower. Singer 6, quest for 1, captivating melody. Whenever you play a song, each opposing character gets -1 strength until the start of your next turn. So, not nearly as good as Naveen,
Not
right?
nearly as good as mine.
But lowering strength and kind of saving some of your characters, it's all right.
It's card number 9.
And it only quests for 1. It's still uninkable. Like
Yeah, I don't know where you fit.
if she was a 3-cost singer for 5, then maybe because she could with that 4 defense she could work like a little bit beefier Ursula.
She can sing down in New Orleans. Amber Sapphire.
That she can.
Baby.
Yeah, but Naveen can sing it for free.
That's true.
When he's played. Like,
Sapphire.
He's much better singer than Tiana. Sorry, Tiana.
Sorry, Tiana.
Talent can't beat money. So,
Can't beat money.
Lady, I brought this up at the end of last week's podcast, but I didn't have an image of it. So this Lady Family Dog, she's an amber card, 2 strength, 2 willpower, cost 3, is inkable, quest for 2, but it's a special ability, someone to care for. When you play this character, you may play a character with cost 2 or less for free. We talked about it last time. That's good.
That's really good.
Just being able to play stuff for free. A Smee, a
Piglet.
Calhoun, a Piglet, and then that's just
Troubadour,
in steel.
an Ursula.
Yeah, Troubadour, Ursula. Like she goes
A
with
Cindy,
every color,
like-
right? Every color you could put her that you can pair
yeah.
Amber with, you can pair this with, and there is a card you don't mind playing for free onto. Whether you play it with steel, whether you play it with green, whether you play it with whatever.
Yeah.
I ran out of whatever the
Sapphire.
colors. Sure, Sapphire. You can play the Ludwig for free with this, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like playing that, ramping and casting bare necessities all
You
with
can
one
also
turn.
play Oswald for free.
Sure, you could play Oswald for free if you really wanted to do that.
That would be awesome.
So, Lady, good card.
Good
dog.
card. Great
Good
and
dog.
limited.
Good dog.
Good dog.
Okay, and then next we've got Elsa, Fierce Protector.
Yes, protect that.
An amethyst 4 cost inkable card, 3 strength, 4 willpower, quests for 1, special ability, Ice Over. For 1 ink, and you discard a card. Exert chosen opposing character. Now, this is an amethyst, and most likely goes in Blurple, right? Blurple usually has cards.
Yeah.
Lots of cards.
That's true.
So,
But there's already 2 other Elsas that do this for free without having to pay an ink.
well, there's one that does it, right, for cost 5, and then the one that where you have to exert it. So you can only use those once per turn. You can do this as many times as you want per turn.
You know what? That is true.
As long as you have ink and cards
And
of this
have-
card, you can do this 5 times a turn. It's repeatable.
Yeah.
And you can do it on play, so,
Yeah, because it doesn't say exert to do it.
right. So this is repeatable. That's the difference here.
Ooh, yeah.
So you can't just leave your characters thinking they can only take out 1 from the Elsa that comes down and exerts and gives rush. This one can do it to all of them.
Interesting.
It's kind of giving Blurple some protection against, and there's another card coming up that gives it some protection against its one weakness, which has been Steel Song.
Yeah.
No.
Up next, we got Jiminy Cricket.
Give it a quick.
He's a 2 cost inkable amethyst card, 1 strength, 1 willpower. He's got evasive, quest for 1, and as special ability, Enough's Enough. While this character is exerted, opposing characters with rush enter play exerted. So any rush characters come in, they can't attack because they'll be exerted. So it basically eliminates rush while he's exerted, though.
Which is really only happening in red decks, but
I mean, any purple
And
decks,
purple.
right?
And
Fox
purple, right.
becomes neutered, right?
Yeah.
He can't do anything to you.
sure.
Can't be afraid of Fox. So that's really its main thing. But being evasive, isn't that great of a defense at this point, right? Everyone's got plans to take out an evasive on turn 2 because of Diablo.
Yep.
And since you have to exert him,
Yeah.
he's a little slow.
And he's like, I know, yeah, he's got evasive, but that 1 defense is like nothing.
Yeah. Yes.
But you play him for free with
Yeah.
Ludwig, or with with the last card.
I wish I would have ordered these differently. We could have gone into. There's going to be a card called Dump Truck coming up, and it's going to be.
Bless you.
We are in the dies to dump truck meta. Okay, we'll get there when we get there.
We get there when we get there.
Up next, this one's a big old beast for Blurple. It's Monstro, Infamous Whale. It's an amethyst, 8 cost inkable card, 6 strength, 8 willpower, has rush, quest for 2, but its ability is Full Breach. Choose and discard a card. Ready this character, he can't quest for the rest of the turn.
Whew.
So as long as Blurple has cards, they can discard them, ready him, attack again and again and again and again.
And
it can work as a board wipe at the cost of your hand.
I feel like this would work good with Blurple.
Yes. Especially if, like the defense against Blurple, especially with Steel Song being its first matchup, is you sing a whole new world. You flood the board with characters. They can't do anything because they can usually only deal with maybe 2 or 3 characters at most. This guy can deal with all of them, and you've just given them a fresh hand in order to discard to feed the whale.
Yum, yum.
So it is defense for them. It is expensive, and usually if you've got the good hand with Steel Song, you've already beaten them by this turn. But
Yeah.
this is something they can do to come back.
Yes.
Nathaniel Flint.
Where's he from?
Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
He is like the captain at the very, very
He's
beginning.
the alien pirate.
Yes. Really from Treasure Planet? He's the alien pirate?
Well, yeah.
I believe that's just all the characters, right?
Except like the
All of
one.
them.
Most of them.
Fine, not Jim.
He said 3 strength, 3 willpower, steel, pirate. 2 cost inkable card, quests for 2. But the special ability is predatory instinct. You can't play this character unless an opposing character was damaged this turn. So he's like me, but has a condition to play him, period, and doesn't lose damage each time you quest.
Yeah.
So that 3/3 on turn 2 is that quest for 2 has been a big thing in the past, and this could be new Smee. Like
Yeah,
Smee might
there's a
not
new
come back.
Smee. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, like with a Steel Song, you're off. If you're putting a Cindy out there, you're damaging someone on that turn, which means you can play him. And
Yeah. A lot of times you're damaging a character, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to
No.
play him. The problem is if you top deck him and you don't have much on board, and that's all you've got, like then it becomes a card you can't play. So
Yeah.
it's a liability, right?
But I feel like in Steel Song it works because you're often going to have a song,
Yes.
and so if you can sing a song, then you can play him.
Yep.
Wait, for his flavor text, it says that it's by the narrator. I can't wait till they add the narrator from Treasure Planet into Lorcana. It just like
Yes.
shows the sky.
Yeah, just the sky. There's nothing there. Just a blank black card. Okay, up next we got Beyond the Horizon.
Beyond the horizon.
Little tiny child.
Yes. So this is a Steel Song, 7 cost, uninkable. It's got Sing Together, so Sing Together returns. You choose any number of players. They discard their hands and draw 3 cards each. So you can just make your opponent do it. You can make both of you do it. You can make only you do it.
Is that Jafar?
That's Jafar's Palace, probably in the background, yeah. So it is a little bit whole New Worldish, but with like choice. So if you both have no cards and you draw this, you just choose yourself and you draw 3 cards.
If they've
they
got
have
like
a billion
12
cards,
cards, 14 cards in their hand, because they had Diablo,
yeah,
and you whole new world it.
yeah. The scary one is probably if a like Emerald Steel deck plays this against you and they got Prince John on board and Diablo on board, then they're going to draw for whatever you discarded, and then they're going to draw for whatever you drew. Well, no, because it's going to be their turn because they play this, so they won't get anything for Diablo, but they'll get it all from Prince John, right?
Yep.
So that's a little scary-ish, but it is an expensive-ish card. And if they're singing with Prince John, then Prince John becomes vulnerable, so... but it is something that is an interesting card and probably will see definitely some play.
People will try it.
They'll
It will be
also
annoying.
try Vinny,
Vinny!
the green creepy penguin, pigeon.
Penguin.
Pigeon.
When does
Pigeon.
he appear?
What movie do you guys think he's from?
I think he's from the
can't
dog
tell.
movie. He's from
Bolt.
Bolts, yeah.
So he's a steel card, 3 cost, unequal, 1 strength, 4 willpower, quest for 1. Special ability is learning experience. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, gain 1 lore. So
So they're just taking random birds out of the movie and giving them a name.
No, he had a name.
like there were 3 pigeons.
See, this card is so interesting because if you just leave them out there and you don't, like every single time they banish one of your cards, you gain a lore. Every single time. And with 4 defense, like if you just leave them out there, you don't quest with them. Like...
Yeah, and I mean, the problem with him is only with him being uninkable.
Absolutely.
Right? Like how you fit him in. Because like if you don't have a Pete, but you have this before Be Prepared, this is pretty good. This is pretty good, right?
Yes.
Because you're going to gain lore from all those other characters.
And
as well.
with the 4 defense too, it works well with Rapunzel.
Yep.
So
Only problem is like he's just uninkable. So
He
it makes
is.
it hard to play. This has been a very hard set to evaluate. because of the fact that, honestly, like, right now, like, I see it being a lot like the past couple of sets, where just a couple of cards are going to go into the decks that are already good. Maybe there'll be a couple of decks that come out that are kind of not the best, but they're decent. But I don't think it's changing a bunch. But then I think when Fabled comes out, depending on what's reprinted, like, I think this deck is good. This set could be crazy.
Yeah.
Right? But it really depends on what's reprinted, and I have no idea how they're going about that. Because some of the choices make sense, like Tinkerbell, yeah, it's a really powerful card, and it sees kind of play nowadays. But then there's Rockstar Stitch, which doesn't see play at all, right? And then there's Winnie the Pooh, which never saw any play. And then it's like the Elsa that you tap to exert other characters, which only saw play in like the first set.
Yeah.
So it's like very strange.
Yep.
All right, our next card, we got Desperate Plan. This is a 3-cost uninkable steal action. If you have no cards in your hand, draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Otherwise, choose and discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. So it's a really interesting card. I think it could fit really well with like a Diggy Diggy Hole deck, or with like the Red Steel deck, as well as a way of refilling your hand, or just filtering for the cards you want. So it's an interesting card. I think I'll definitely see some play, and it's got the Enchanted to go with it. Then we got It Means No Worries. This is the Enchanted version. It's a 9-cost uninkable amber action song with Sing Together.
No worries.
For
the
all
rest
of
of
that.
your days.
And Rafiki.
Yep. It's Rafiki's vision. Like, those are Rafiki's hands holding up his vision.
It's so pretty.
You return up to 3 character cards from your discard to your hand. And then you pay 2 ink less for the next character you play this turn.
Interesting.
So you get 3 cards back, and you pay 2 less for your next character. So you can probably play a character for free, depending on what you pick. And then you have another 2 characters in your hand to play. The Sword of Shan Yu got a legendary for some reason. It's a 1-cost inkable item. You can tap it, then tap one of your characters to ready a chosen character. They can't quest for the rest of the turn.
So why is this enchanted?
I don't know. They like swords, I guess. They want to make some item enchanted. So, sorry for anyone that pulls this as their enchanted. You drew the short straw.
That's for sure.
All right, the Rapunzel legendary that we talked about last time got that's enchanted. She's swinging away with all sorts of stuff in her hair. But Mother Gothel also got her enchanted, which I personally think is better.
Yeah.
It's Mother Gothel Knows What's Best. It's a 2-cost uninkable amethyst ruby card. It's 1 strength, 3 willpower, quest for 1, special ability, Look What You've Done. When you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to give that character Challenger +1, and when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand this turn. So you can
So
give,
both of those abilities are given to another card.
Yes.
I see.
So basically giving it a Challenger thing and essentially giving it bounce back to your hand and take out something.
Yes, taking out something and bouncing it back.
So ideal situation would be to play a rabbit.
Yes.
Right, and then the next turn, play this, give it 2 damage. It's now hitting for 3. It takes out a fox or something.
Goat.
Sure.
Because then you get
Goat works too.
Then you get the lore.
Yep, and then goat can take out a Maui or anything with 5 strength. Then you get the lore. Or rabbit when you draw a card, right? So
Mother Gothel has a hidden Mickey.
you're right, she does. Right over there on the right side, hidden Mickey sitting right there. Up next, we've got Wrong Lever.
Wrong lever!
Pull the lever, Kronk!
So this is an emerald action, 3-cost inkable. You choose one. Return chosen character to their player's hand. Or put a card named Pull the Lever from your discard on the bottom of your deck to put chosen character on the bottom of their player's deck. So basically, you can either just bounce the character back to their hand, or if you happen to have Pull the Lever in your discard, you can put it at the bottom of their deck.
What does pull the lever do?
I don't remember. It's like, there's Pull the Lever, and then there's like an Yzma that also does something with these cards. There's like this crazy 3-card combo.
I mean, it's like the
that you
best
gotta
scene
get
in the
off.
movie. So like,
Pull the
I get
lever.
it.
Wrong lever.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. He got hit on the head. He's supposed to be dead. And why do we still have that lever?
Huh?
So, that's wrong lever. It's got an enchanted card. Perdita, we went over this card. It's in German, so I don't remember it.
So pretty.
It's another Amber Sapphire.
Yeah. She's a very, very pretty enchanted. It's got little music notes all over it. However, I believe it's like when she quests or when you play her, you put the puppies from your discard into the inkwell.
Yeah.
I
Or
think
into your
it's-
hand. I thought it was back into your hand.
No, it's into the inkwell, so it's like she's sending them to heaven or something. It's weird.
That's
Because usually
okay.
sending things to inkwell is reserved for like characters that died in the movies, like Gramatala, and I think a character like Kiana's father.
Hades sending them to the underworld.
Well, yeah, and Hades sending them to the underworld. So Perdita is sending all of her children to the underworld.
That's weird.
It is weird.
To be fair, most of the 99 puppies aren't actually her kids.
That's true. She's probably just trimming some of the fat. The ones that don't have names. Like, not Patch, right? Not Rolly.
But Mom, I'm hungry.
Darn it, Daisy, stop doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've completely torn that screen out. It's cool.
No, that one was fine. It was the other one that they tore out.
Well, they've done
She's
it to
tearing
this
out that
too.
one too.
Yeah, they are on a mission.
They are on a mission.
All right, what we got next? We've got Mushu, your worst
nice.
nightmare.
John showed me this card.
Yeah, it's a ruby steel floodborn card, a strength of 4, willpower of 6, cost 6, is inkable, shifts for 4, quests for 2, special ability is all fired up. When you play another character, they gain rush, reckless, and evasive this turn. So basically,
Don't
they
like
can
that.
attack almost anything as long as it's exerted. And if you pair this up with the other Mushu, right, you're getting like resist on them and gaining lore. So it's really, really crazy powerful.
I see it. I know. We've seen this card before. I'm looking for the Perdita so I can see exactly what she does.
So
What's your first color again?
Go all the way to the bottom. That's where the enchanteds are.
But what's your first color?
I was just looking for her regular
Amber.
card.
Go up a bit. Up a bit.
So what she does, I don't see.
It might not be released in the app.
I don't see her enchanted in
Can I
yet.
try and look
No.
her?
Well, the Enchanted was just released this morning, and only in German. That's why I only have it in German.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll just search for Perdita. So what she does, whoops. Why isn't it show?
So
Okay, so what she does is, yes, when you play this character, you may pull all puppy cards from your discard into your inkwell. So
Yeah.
they're already dead.
she's burying them.
She's just burying her dead children.
So, like you're saying her tagline should have been Perdita Undertaker.
Yes.
Maybe they should have like her with a cowl on and like a scythe. Right. Okay, one more card.
Hot Piglet.
Nope,
Oswald.
it's Dump Truck. Everyone's
Dump
favorite
Truck!
character.
Dump truck.
Dump Truck, Carnage's second mate. He's got 0 strength. He's got 1 willpower. He's a 1 cost uninkable. Quest for 1. Special ability, Let Me At Him. When you play this character, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. So now when you see things with 1... Why are we clapping?
He's such a good card. He's gonna break the game.
So now you can say when you have characters out, dies to Dump Truck.
Dies to dump truck.
That's right. So best card.
Put it
For
the blue
sure.
steel.
There you go.
Put out your ice block.
What is he from?
He's from Tailspin. He's Don Carnage's favorite lackey, don't you?
Second mate.
Second mate. Don't you
Yeah.
recognize him from Tailspin? He's the Tailspin fan favorite, Dump Truck. Everyone loves Dump Truck.
You know what though? In limited,
Oh, I'm building all Dump Truck cards. All Dump Truck deck. Oops, all Dump Truck.
limited, I'm pulling every dump truck I
Every
see.
Dump Truck you see, I'm backing
It's
it up.
mine.
Backing it up.
So if I get it before you, I'm gonna laugh every time when we are sitting there when we are sitting there at our draft and you're sitting next to me, I'm gonna be like, dump truck!
Dump truck.
He's mine.
Welcome.
And you're gonna be like, gosh darn it, Jen, I want a dump truck. And I'm gonna say, sorry, I'm taking them all.
Yes, welcome to the reign of dump truck. Long may he reign. It's dump truck time. All
Dump
right.
truck!
I can't wait till we print him every set.
Yes,
Dump truck.
that's right.
Let's get dangerous.
In 2 years, we're going to be like, they better reprint dump truck. My deck does not work without dump truck.
I'm quitting the game without dump truck.
Yes. I need a dump truck, and that's it. Give me a dump truck. That's all I need. Okay. So those are the cards that we're going over for this week. Next week, we'll talk about cards to draft in limited. So we'll look at commons and uncommons that you'll want to pick out.
Like dump truck!
Like dump truck. Dump truck is the bomb. You take him immediately.
Immediately.
Like all dump trucks. Just dump truck, dump truck, dump truck.
You
Right?
just gotta find a way to bounce them back, so you just keep dumping. Just keep
dumping.
dumping.
Just always be dumping.
Dump truck. Let's get dangerous.
Okay. Let's go over to trivia time.
Trivia time!
It's trivia time.
That
Yeah.
is
Oh yeah.
way too loud. I tell you every time. You just go way too loud. You've gone even louder.
Well, that's because all three of us were doing it.
Well, no, before that, when he was just talking.
The microphone's way up there.
Doesn't matter, Jen. It goes all the way to red.
Because he was singing it at Malcolm's, I think.
I'm putting it
Hi,
on this
Zelda.
side.
Are you
Okay.
hot? I know it's hot.
All right. I think that that's not helpful. I think there is a chance you guys can get perfect on this card.
We got it.
Oh!
All right.
The answer's Oswald.
So don't let me down.
Okay.
Five.
Pinatas.
True.
We
Oh, we love them. Like, did you think that was the question? Pinatas.
Well, you
What's
waited
your
too
opinion?
long. You waited too
Pinatas
and it's gone.
of Buzz and Woody from the Toy Story movie appear in what movie?
Coco.
Coco.
Correct.
Emmett, did you know that?
No.
Finish this quote from Monsters, Inc.
Okay.
Put that thing back where it came from.
No, so help me! So help me! So help me!
Or
Or
so
so-
help me.
You're still way too loud.
I'm
man.
under the table.
Yeah, and you're echoing into everything.
So help me! So help me!
What's the name of Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's assistant on The Muppet Show?
I'm gonna let you guys answer.
Wait.
Ice cream truck!
I'll give me money.
Quick, you gotta answer.
Hurry. Oh, it's Beaker!
Yeah, it's Beaker.
Which voice actor voices Winnie the Pooh in several animated features,
Emmett!
as well as the
don't
film
know
Christopher
that.
Robin?
No, I know I can see his face.
Me too.
No, you can't.
We saw him like at D23 Day. I follow him on TikTok. What's his name?
Oh, bother.
Give me like a hint. Give me like a little hint.
Gee. He's not going.
Money.
It's in grab my fanny pack and go out there.
Malcolm, what do you want?
I'll meet you out there in a minute.
I'll meet
Just
you out
go
there in a
stop
minute.
it before it runs
All
away.
right, first name is Jim.
Oh, Jim Cummings.
There you go.
Okay.
And then in Frozen, what is the name of the wise rock troll who healed Anna when she was struck by Elsa's magic as a child?
Pappy? Like Grandpappy?
Yeah, Grandpappy.
Grandpappy.
All right.
All right.
Emmett went to go get ice cream.
That is our trivia
Ice
for the
cream truck's
time.
here, so we gotta go.
Yeah, the ice cream truck is here, so they got to get going. So let's wrap it up with here. You guys go get ice cream. Go ahead.
Yay!
I'm staying.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. You lasted longer than the rest of the family.
I'm still here.
No, I
Malcolm's
said
still
get
here.
the whole fanny pack. Is it
The
still
rest of them
here?
have gone into the unknown.
Well, it's probably gone now because you didn't go
if you have
stop
questions,
it.
Anyways.
if you have questions,
no, just
you can
ru-
send
okay,
them
get
to
your other. It's already too
questions@QuestLore
late.
Pod.
Oh my god! I told you just take my whole fanny pack out. Now get your other two
Send
on
them
the
to
run.
QuestLore questions
It's probably
at
gone already.
gmail.com. You can follow us on
I
all
don't even
social
hear
media
it
platforms
anymore.
at QuestLore Pod. Feel free to rate, follow, subscribe, like whatever you want to do. Everything's gone haywire now. The dog's barking. there's ice cream afoot. So it's important that we go and get it. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time on QuestLore.
Do you see it?
Reprint Pirate Piglet for Lorcana.